What's your name?
Celia Espinosa.
Can you tell us where are we at?
So we're at the Cultural Hacienda Peralta here in Oakland at Fruitvale.
And what happens here? What are you part of here?
So we're part of kolonizerKopKaller, which is a Mexica dancing group here in Oakland.
Okay. So I heard we had a gender effort perpetrate violence on us for the last couple of weeks. Could you explain what happened?
Yeah, so last week this lady came by. I was getting ready. I was putting my garments on, and she came in and she started to approach me and Angel, another one of us, and she basically started harassing us and threatening us to stop our music, to stop. She didn't know who I was. I'm not a leader in this group. I just recently joined this group, and she just had the privilege of wanting to just come up to us and express how much she didn't like our music. And I was a little bit driven back. Like, I think at the end of it, yeah, I was emotionally distressed about it. She was harassing me and threatening me. So I got emotional, but I was just trying to educate an ignorant person. She responded by just sneering at us and kind of mocking us. But at the end of the day, she was just baiting us. That's what they do. That's what colonizers do. They try and bait us and try and get us to act violently. They want to instigate us. So I just ignored her and I just stopped responding back. And it's not an issue that's been resolved yet. So
she left claiming she's going to call the police.
Yeah. Well, on Monday she actually did. On Monday, November 2nd.
You can read a little bit.
She basically called the police after she broke our ceremonial circle, and she talked to Teresa a little bit, but I don't think she really heard her say anything. Like, we were a little confused because she kind of threw herself in the circle. So I wrote a report just expressing her harassment, because at the end of the day, that's what she did.
Exactly.
She harassed me, and that's not to be taken lightly, especially to anyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you read a little of it? Whatever you want to share.
Yeah, I quoted the California Civil Code.
Oh, beautiful. Use their laws back at them.
Exactly. And I said, legally speaking, her actions constitute as a form of harassment. As a Californian born and raised in the East Bay, it's appalling and inexcusable that the woman, a local neighbor of this area, of Hacienda Peralta, a cultural place for indigenous and Mexican people, to bully and harass us. She threatened us to stop practicing our traditional music and dancing, our activities that have survived the genocide and colonization that occurred in the last half of the millennium. And her actions are xenophobic and bigoted towards Mexicans and Latino, indigenous culture and community. And this was not her first confrontation to our group. This is her second one, and I'm not saying that she might come back, but if she does, I'll be prepared for that, and I'll have my phone and I'll record her.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sick and sorry. Anything else you want to say?
Well, I hope this report provides whoever's in charge here, the local government, with the means to act accordingly and prevent incidents like this happening, because they're unacceptable.
Right. And she works where?
She works at the Starving Musician, which is a local music store.
Yeah, that part. Thank you, Celia. You want to add any comments for the gender effort that perpetuated violence on indigenous people trying to practice?
Well, she just sucks, and we don't appreciate her. And fuck her.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's the perfect ending. I won't be able to